So there's also when somebody complains, like when there's like an issue of their back that's closer to the QLs, and it's also like by that, but they talk about like it's like more to the sciatic nerve. There's like a pinch.
Yeah.
Or if they're talking about
That's
it
the
radiates.
piriformis.
If it radiates, it's the piriformis.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's gonna be pinched at. So I think that's where we're gonna be really hone in, like the differences. Because based on when somebody comes into you and talks, you could save a lot more time because you already know where their issues are at. You know what I mean? So in order to get rid of this, and we're also doing things that don't require you to get undressed if you don't need to. Because like as far as that goes, you know, we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff like this, easy stretches.
All right.
You know what I mean? That you can get to it. So, because not only are we going to talk about what the problems are, we're going to talk about some of the things you can do about it, right? So when I do the piriformis, and I'm going to do the piriformis, if there's an issue with that, obviously the first thing I will do is I will look from here, you know. So I know that there's a problem with your hamstrings. I'll take care of that later. But then there's also where you can feel where the inguinal ligament is and the cutaneous. It's pretty tight. But I'm also going from here. You want to utilize and see where this knee's at. Because when I turn this one over here, I want to see if there's an imbalance or not. This one's slightly raised up, but not so bad, but you can tell that it's because of where your hips are at.
So this is giving you insight on my left hip or my right hip?
This is giving me insight
On my left.
that your left side is medially rotated, but it's also that which gives you that anterior toe.
I see.
Right? And it's not something you can release it through your hamstrings. With you. Because you can tell just based on all that. But in order to, if it was piriformis, then you would just kind of go like this. And you kind of like help release it this way. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You can kind of feel that.
Yeah, definitely feel it.
You want to do like 5 deep breaths. Because normally 5 deep breaths would be about 30 seconds. 30 minutes, yeah. It's a long breath. Some pranayama. Okay. So then you go like that. And then I'm just gonna, because I know that you have hamstring issues, I'm just gonna pull it in. And the reason why I'm doing this is because your hamstrings have problems. So. Is that okay? And then if they're complaining about the sciatic nerve, you find where that groove is. You push out.
How do you find the groove?
You can feel where the like right there.
What does it feel like to you?
So I just wait for I can find where it just feels where it just fits, just sits in there, and then that's when I'll push.
I see.
This is all to get me ready to actually go into the hip.
What does that do?
This right here. So if you're having problems, because a lot of times if they talk about radiation, the pain radiates.
Yeah.
This is what it does. Is what I'm doing right now is I'm allowing blood flow, and I'm letting that nerve that's being pinched in there to give it some like allow it to flush it, so it'll stop the pain.
That's the sciatic nerve?
Yeah, the nerve goes through here, through your piriformis, and then we'll go down this way.
Right.
And it has to like filters toward the heart, so everything goes towards the heart and filters.
Yeah.
Same thing with your it goes down the body too as well. So I would do that on both sides. And then we'll talk about like how it all goes together at the end. Because this is also to prepare you to get inside the piriformis. And move from there. And most people aren't this flexible, but there's that. Is this okay?
Yeah. I don't know about 5 deep breaths.
Do what?
I don't know about deep breaths. I can barely breathe, but yeah.
So most likely, the best thing that we'll do is when we show you all these, like steel tip structures and stuff, to kind of put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
So just in case you miss something, you pretty much can have it well rounded.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll push on, like right now, what I'm doing,
Yeah.
I'm releasing it from here, you know?
Mm-hmm. Definitely feel it there.
So we talked about that, right? We're gonna talk about the paraformers. That's kind of like what we're gonna talk about, and then explain like why the differences of that. We've also talked about, we're gonna talk about the IT band, the stretching, the gluteus medius.
Mm-hmm.
Also we talked about the psoas work,
Mm-hmm.
and how it's better to get it in the attachments.
Mm-hmm.